Well, I want to welcome you all to the Emerging Expert in You. And if you want to mute on your ends, that would be great. And that way I don't have to mute you here. And then as you want to speak and talk, just unmute yourself. And because I actually can't see all of you at once the way I have my screen set up. But I'm so excited about this content and sharing it with you. And especially knowing who's in this group, I'm super excited about all the good things that you guys can be putting out into the world and all of the potential, the ripple effects that can occur from each one of you really getting clear about that, what it is your voice stands for and how you're sharing that with the world. So I'm super excited about this. We have 20 days of, I've been putting this all together in the last couple of days, this 20 days of just good magic that is all about, lighting up what's inside of you and getting it out into the world. So let's just go ahead and dig in. Like what I thought I'd start with this morning is just telling you a little bit about how this all came about. And those of you, I think everybody who's in this group knows me in some form or another. And where this all came about was that as I've been growing my business, and so many of my clients have been taking this leap into something bigger that they want to be doing in their life and really standing up, shining their light, in that big fire dancer kind of way. I saw this opportunity to really help them in that next stage of what they're wanting to take out into the world. And what was really interesting through all of this was that back in 2006, on a very sunny day on my deck when I was still in the corporate world, I had a project that I was working on. I was doing some strategic planning in my BPM marketing job. And I was being tasked with really getting people in our company out and their visibility known more. I was get like individual thought leaders in their industries. And I had this opportunity to really be helping them. Well, I had to create a program, basically, the bottom line of all of that was. And I was trying to figure out what that initiative would look like. And on this sunny day on my deck, I had this concept. I had this idea that I was going to create a program that was called the Expert Source Program. And it was a year-long program where we would be taking people in our company through leadership, through thought leadership, through messaging, through how do they talk to the media, how do they get their name, how do they get really clear about what it is they want to be known for in their specific industries out into the world. And we branded that program the Expert Source Program. And the good news was my company was I was very aligned to what my company was wanting to do strategically. And I ended up getting a couple $1 million budget to run this particular program over a couple of years. And it actually continued after I left the company. And it was called the Expert Source Program. And I got to partner with Ogilvy PR. And it was such a fabulous way for me to be able to help people go out and become more well-known in their industries. And because our company served multiple industries and multiple verticals. And as I did that, and even today, I still hear back from a lot of those people about how impactful that was and how that really made a difference. And so that was my favorite corporate program in all of my corporate life. And then I left, as you guys all know, and I started my own business, and it had this whole natural evolution of my business that's taken place over the last 10 years. And all of that Expert Source work sat on my hard drive somewhere, stored away. And kind of forgot about it, right? It's like, yeah, it was my favorite project. It made huge, I had people that were getting placed in the Wall Street Journal and then the Financial Times, and they were being featured on television with their expertise. So it was really successful. In fact, I think that the statistics behind that program were something like, when our benchmark was, we started out at about 500 million, I believe, media impressions before that program started. And in that first year, we grew that to, I think it was 6 billion media impressions. So we did a significant change in how our company was being acknowledged in the marketplace. And like I said, all this stuff just sat on my computer, put away. So the natural evolution of my business has been that, yes, I certainly have taken people through all of the fire dancer, and many of you have experienced that, who are you at your very essence? What are your strengths? What are your passions? What do you want to be known for? And how do you step into it? And what's happened is that so many of my clients have taken that leap and gone out and left either their corporate jobs, or they've even within their corporate jobs decided that they wanted to have a bigger presence in their industry, a bigger brand in their industry. And I've been pulling some of that stuff just kind of intuitively out. And then at the same time, I've been doing that in my own business, right? It's like I've been needing to get out and grow and expand and speak my truth and find my own voice and move through all of the fears that it takes for those of you who know that I had this huge fear of being on the stage about 5 years ago. And I had to really, really work hard at that. And so all of these things kind of were all coming together. And what occurred to me about 6 months ago was, wait a minute, I have all this stuff on my hard drive. Let's pull all of this out and let's start to bring some of this out to help my clients and frankly, to help me in just honing in on my brand and continuing to evolve my brand. And we'll talk about this over the 20 days, how our brands are always evolving and changing and how you need to stay on top of that. And so that's a little bit about how all of this has come about. And I just wanted to tell you that backstory so that you would know that I actually have some credibility behind this, because it was really, like I said, it was my favorite project ever. It made a difference. It made an impact. And now I'm loving helping a lot of my clients put this right into their own worlds, whether it's their own business, growing their client base, whether it's, I know one of you is all about the politics and stepping up and making and owning that cause that you want to stand for. Whatever it is for each one of you. You're going to get to dig into that, get really clear about what it is that you want to own and how you're going to put that out into the world. So it's a lot of fun. So just a quick thing about me. I'm a wife. I have my wonderful husband, Tim. I have a barn full of horses that many of you have got to experience. And I actually will be bringing horses into some of this just from the perspective of the lessons that horses can teach us. You'll see some slides popping up on occasion with horses on it. I love the outdoors. I love the beach. I have a very hippie son who lives in Oregon, and he is a free spirit, a free heart. And when I think about putting my voice out in the world and how that's shifted over the last several years, there's been lots that I've done. I've gotten to the point where I actually love to speak. I love to be on stage. I love to have community. My Fire Dancer book is certainly putting my voice out into the world. My podcast that I just recently launched, which is Extraordinary Women Radio, is something that I've found that's one of my favorite ways to put my voice out there, because I love to tell women's stories. And so these are things that are all unique to me and helps me build my brand in a way that's really unique and aligned to, what lights me up. And and I share this because I want you guys to start thinking about what are the things that light you up in your life? What are the things that make you unique, that probably should be part of your brand. So just be starting to think through some of those things. And then let's dig in to the emerging expert in you. So this is about getting your voice out into the world in a big and a bold and a strong way so that you can really make the difference that you want to be making in the world. And where I want to start today is to declare that this is a safe space for you to be braver than you have ever been before. It takes courage to step out and be, to start sharing your voice, to get vulnerable. And so I want you to just for a moment, just take a moment and breathe. And feeling your heartbeat. And I want you to start to connect into your why. Why is it that you want your voice to be shining out, to be sharing that in a bigger way? Just start to connect into that. And I want you to feel total love for yourself over the next, over today, for the next half hour, and into the next 20 days. It's continuing to come back to loving for yourself, caring for yourself, and all that you're going to be bringing into the circle of fabulous women that we have. And I want you to start to ponder what this means to you, what putting your voice out into the world means to you, how it's going to feel, and what you can do to find the strength and courage that it takes to really be brave over the next 20 days. So just feel into that for a moment. And let me tell you a little bit about what the next 20 days is going to look like. We are going to start with clarity of voice, why you want to be putting this out into the world, what that voice is, who you are, and how does that fit into your brand and make it unique. We'll get really clear about who you are, what the brand of you is. So as you're making your way out and you're speaking to people and you're building your presence out in your marketplace, people can associate with you, with your brand and what you stand for. We're going to get clear about messaging. So you'll have space and time to be taking what you're known for, putting words to it so that it's memorable and that it stands out. It doesn't sound like everyone else's. You'll be building sound bites that are basically sound bites are something that can get quoted. So it might be something that a newspaper reporter would quote you on. It could be something that you use in a meme. It could be something that you use when you're speaking that really makes a point that you want to be known for when you're speaking. So it might be a point that you pop up on a slide and you say, now I really want you to remember this. This is really, really important. It's those sorts of things. So it's how do you hone your message in a really potent way. And so we'll be spending a lot of time on that. So that's that clarity of voice. And then we'll get into taking your message out to the world. And there's all sorts of ways that each one of you could be taking your message out into the world. It could be, but what I want you to discover through these next 20 days is what is the right way for you to get your voice out there? Because each one of you are going to have different preferences. You're going to have different skill sets that you're better at. And that's what I want you to really line into and step up into that and own that space that you're best at. And so you'll define what your messaging platform looks like, how that is flowing from you. We'll get into mindset because mindset is one of those things that when you are stepping out and you're playing bigger and you're sharing your words, your voice, fear can show up. How do you stay strong in that? How do you move through it? How do you become friends with your fear? Those are the sorts of things we'll cover as we get close to the end. And then we'll end with actions and goals and just what are the kind of metrics that you want to set up for yourself? What will you consider success to look like as you are getting your voice out there? So you see the journal here, and I posted this yesterday on our Facebook group, which will be the hub of where everything happens. And I really recommend that you have a journal that is all about your voice. And so this is just a journal for this work, and make it a beautiful one. Make it represent what it is, so it gives you this place that you want to go to and create this important platform that you're going to be working on over the next 20 days. And I want you to start thinking about your why. And this is about partnering with the universe, right? Because the universe is going to, when you think about why you're being called to share your voice, why you want your voice to be heard, guess what? The universe is there for you to help make that happen. And I just want each of you really to recognize that, because when you've got a big, expansive dream like this that is about making a difference and about having this grand purpose to get out and tell your story, it really can, the universe can just fall all over itself to help you out, right? It's like doors will open, people will show up, opportunities will come down your pipeline when you start to put a little energy around this. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be 20 days of putting energy on what this voice is, what you want to stand for. And so I want you to write for just a couple minutes here. What is your big why that you want to be pursuing this, getting your voice out there more? So go ahead and just take out your pen and start to journal for a moment. So would anyone like to share what your why is? Just unmute yourself. How about you, Elizabeth?
I knew you were going to go there.
Yeah.
So I had several whys here. So I just randomly wrote down some things that sound, I don't know, basically to help others. So I kind of tried to qualify that. So how am I helping others? And it's to sort of help people increase their knowledge of self. And some people end up de-stressing as a result. And I have something to say that I think what I've validated is that people find it really interesting and they find it helpful. So, and I said I would, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And what you might go a little bit deeper on that with is how does that impact your life? So even, when you think about the big why, there's certainly the why, what you're helping people through, but what's your personal why? So just, you could take that a little deeper, right?
Yeah. So that, kind of puts me in the position of saying, because it's about time I stood up and did it.
Okay. Yeah.
And stopped, instead of being afraid of doing it, or it's time I did it and got bold.
Yeah. And so what you'll get to do over the, next couple of days is go down the line of what is it you want to be known for? What's the legacy you want to create? I mean, that's kind of where we'll be taking some of this. So I wanted to start with this just kind of popcorn of what's your why to start with. And then we'll be taking that a little bit deeper, because that's going to be the piece that keeps you moving on it. That keeps, it's that inner fire in you that you're lighting up. That's what we want to tap into here. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How about you, Dana?
Well, I kept writing while you were talking because the personal why stuck out to me, and the personal why for me is to heal myself and to take back my power.
Yeah.
And another why is that I feel like I've had to do a lot of things in my life the hard way. I've had to learn a lot of lessons the hard way. And I feel like I have interesting and amazing stories and cool experiences, but I still wasn't deep down happy. And I feel like I have a message to share about healing and not being what you do.
Okay. Awesome. Thank
you. The more I think about this, I think that I'm still back doing the fire dancer experience. And so I'm maybe getting ahead of myself with this, but I think it's still going to be good and helpful for me where I am.
Yeah. And I think this is, and I'm just going to reference knowing that your stories have often been about the rocket science in you, right? And what I'm hearing is a different perspective of that all of a sudden.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So I think that's interesting. I think that's really interesting. So cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
How about you, Sarah?
So should I just read what I wrote?
Sure.
It took me a moment to kind of get into the why component. So I just started asking myself, why do I want to be heard? Why is my voice important? Because I'm a chameleon, because I've walked in many worlds, black, white, brown, rich, poor, because I know that all of those voices and people are valid and they matter. And because I'm passionate about building a world that honors and includes all of those people and voices. So somehow I need to find a way to link the research that I'm doing to this view that I have of the world, but I'm not doing that now. And my why is to be able to figure out how to do that.
Nice. I like that. Thank you so much. Good job, everybody. So this is where we start. And so as everyone is going back and listening to the recordings, and joining in, we'd love to hear your whys, posting those onto the Facebook group and sharing that. And, as each of you, you're going to have plenty of opportunity to keep refining this and going deeper into it and seeing where it takes you. So this is just the very first kernels that we're starting to plant, if you will, the seeds that will help start to feed this journey that you're on. So what each day is going to look like, I wanted to just explain that. There's going to be some sort of a daily communications from me on our private Facebook group. So that will be the platform where everything will go through. And every day you're going to have an inner introspection. So that's a journaling exercise of some kind. And they're going to be, in fact, if you go out there, you'll see that I posted the very first one just this morning. And you will have a visible voice. So every day I'm going to be asking you to do something that just gets you speaking your truth. So like today, you've started to speak your truth, getting into owning what you had to say. And we'll start within our group early on where your voice is, just in this very safe environment of this private secret Facebook group that, is just a small group of just amazing women that you're there to support one another. And so giving voice to what it is you want to stand for, as you start to define what your messaging looks like, this is going to be a really safe space to do that. And then as we get further into the 20 days, it's like you're taking it out in a different way to more public audiences. So that practice of starting to just use our voice and share what it is we want to stand for is going to be really, really important. And then there's going to be active action. And the active action is just something that keeps you moving forward and progressing through this whole journey every day. So my daily communications or teachings will come in a variety of ways. They will come in videos, that will come in perhaps just something written on some days. Some days I'll have a video that is, teaching something. Other days it'll be a video of me popping on and just saying, this is what we're going to work on today. So it'll be a variety of different ways that it will come to you. And it won't be long. But it's a way to just keep you moving. And I think that's the whole part of it is to keep you moving. It's an intensive and but it's not, a huge amount of time every day. In fact, I'll talk about that in just a minute. And I promised that I'd bring horses into the mix of this. And this is about the magic. And so this is every once in a while, I'm going to be bringing in a message that the horses can teach you. And this whole journey is simply about being you. And horses are so in the moment. They don't project being someone else. They are just who they are. They simply are every minute and every day. So over the next 20 days, it's about focusing on who you are, finding your truth, and being you. For those of you who don't know, this is my horse, Destiny. And so, I'll just be bringing them in and helping tell stories around them. Your first inner introspection that you're going to be doing today is, what do you want to be known for? So after our call today, you'll spend some time journaling on this question. And, what is it that you want to be known for? That's all. There's not anything more to it than that. This is what each day will look like. The journal question will show up in this format on our Facebook group. And they're labeled day 1, day 2, day 3. And every day just has a good question to keep you pondering, to get you listening to your heart. I think journaling is a big, an important thing, even as you, in that little short amount of time that I just gave you. Like Sarah was saying, she's like, I started here, but then the more I went, I started to find myself getting into a flow. So there's great value in that. And I think the more you're doing this on a daily basis, the more you will really start that flow happening on an easier level for you. So day 1 today, we have this call to kick us off. We have the journal question that I've just shared with you. And then the visible voice piece of it is to go out to the Facebook group And in any mode that you want to do it in, you can do it in written, you can do it in a video, you can do it in a graphic. And I want you to introduce yourself to the Facebook group and tell them who you are and what is it that you want to be known for. So journal on that question first, and then go out to the Facebook group and share that with the group. And then you are going to also schedule, I'm going to show you in a moment here, a partnering experience that we're going to do with some people. So I paired you guys all up, and scheduling time with your partner or partners to meet sometime this week. So it looks like this. There's your partners that you'll be having. And so everybody is out on the Facebook group right now. And so you can connect to them on the Facebook group, and you can schedule a time where you guys can get on the phone. And basically what you're going to want to do is allow a 15-minute interview for each person. And you will, as an interviewer, so for those of you that have 3 in your group, you'll take turns interviewing. So each person will get a chance to interview. And then each person will get a chance to record about that person. Now, so you'll just kind of do a round of the circle, or, pair off when you're in pairs. And it's about doing some deep listening. And it's about capturing the strengths and the passions and the values in your notes of each person. And I'll share the questions with you in just a moment. In fact, why don't I just go there? These are the questions. You're going to say, so if I was interviewing one of you, I would say, name 5 adjectives that describe you when you're at your very best. And then I'd be doing the interviewing, and I'd be jotting down what I'm hearing from that person. And what do you want to be known for? Tell me about an amazing time when you helped uplift and impact someone's life in a way aligned to the work that you want to be putting out into the world. It could be a client, it could be a friend, it could be someone you just barely knew. But you're telling that story where you really made an impact for someone. And what is the legacy that you want to leave in the world? So those are the 4 questions that you will ask each person. And then after the interview, and before next Friday, June 30th, I want you to record a video and post it to our private Facebook group, introducing your partner. Who are they? How are they going to make an impact, and what you notice that is wonderful about your partner, and how that's going to help them put their voice out into the world. So, it doesn't need to be very long. It just can be a minute or 2, but it's basically you're saying, this is who I got to interview, and how they're going to make an impact, and what's really unique and wonderful about that person. And you can do your video in a couple of different ways. I put this, when you're on our group, you can add a photo or a video. So you can record a video on your phone if you want to, and then just upload it here. Or this is a new feature, and I actually haven't tried this, and I will actually try it over the weekend. But when you are on the page, if you hit the More button, this is showing up now, the live video. And I believe you can go to this page, click on More, click Live Video while you're on the Emerging Expert Academy. And what that will do is you'll start to record that right there on the page, and you don't have to do any uploading or anything. So 2 different ways you can do that. And so that's pretty cool. I think that you can do it right there. That's a new feature that Facebook has come up with. Any questions about any of that before we basically what we're going to do, how the interview questions are, how each day is going to flow?
Kimmy, is there going to be a handout or like an email you're going to send us where that's written down somewhere, or do I need to take notes off of it? You
mean for the interview?
Yeah.
I'm going to I'll post it out on the Facebook group.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay, cool. Any other questions? Okay. just know that over the next 20 days, there's plenty of space for you guys to get vulnerable. And we're going to be doing a lot of engaging activities. And if you want to get the most out of this experience, it means opening up your heart and being vulnerable. And you're going to be connecting in community and sharing. And this is the only time where you guys are going to get to be paired up one-on-one or two-on-one. And so just be curious, be curious about it. Notice how you're feeling, journal a lot, and just really keep tuning back into that big why that you've been putting out there for yourself. There's great power in that. And you're going to get asked to tune into your big wild dreams you have and the benefit from that very soul level of what you want to be putting out into the world. And what I want you guys to do is to really trust what comes up for you and know that and commit to making our private Facebook group sacred space for each and every one of you and for yourself. And this will give you a place that you can just lean into each other and share with each other and support one another on this journey. So really take the time to, declare that, make space for it, be open to being vulnerable and letting that all flow through you. And yes, 30 minutes a day is what I'm going to ask of you guys. And there's intensity in dedicating 20 days of focus to sharing your voice in the world, to being seen, to being heard. So what I want you to commit to now is to 30 minutes a day for the next 20 days. And what's it going to get you when you do this? It's going to get you clarity about who you are, what your message is. It will give you real sound bites and headlines to use in your marketing and then when you're getting out and speaking and when you're getting out and having platforms to share what it is that you want to share with the world. It's going to guide you in creating a brand that's aligned to who you are so that you sound like you and don't sound like everyone else. I mean, there's so much noise out there that people sound all alike one another. And so I believe that this approach makes you sound unique and true to who you are. And it's going to open up door to more clients, to more people hearing your voice. And it's going to get clarity around what is the right way to get your word out there. Again, aligned to who you are. So there's a lot of ways you could, whether it's social media, whether it's on a stage, whether it's in the written word, whatever that might be for you. You are going to get clear about how do I like my voice to be heard and how do I want to take it out there. And what I hope that this does is it sparks new ideas, and so that you're learning, it sparks new ideas that you haven't thought of before, and also that you're learning new things that you didn't know before. I'm hoping that this is giving you some real meat to keep, growing and evolving how you're putting it out there. It's about awakening this intuitive knowing within each of you and trusting that and letting that guide your messages in a way so that it, again, is really unique to you. And it's about action, because if you're committing to this for 20 days, you will be moving. It will change from where you are today, where you are 20 days from now. There's a big trajectory that you can really make happen so that more people are going to hear your voice. They will know what you stand for, and it's going to unleash a whole new way for you to be heard, to be seen. And that makes me really, really excited. So the energy that you're putting into this is going to create all of this. And I'm super excited because I know what all of your work stands for. That to me is really exciting, that's creating, again, you guys have heard me talk about the ripple effect and how you going out so me helping you do what you need to do and you going out and helping the people that you need to help and impact, that's the ripple effect that we're creating, right? And then they go out and they do the next level of ripple effect. It's huge, it's powerful. And that really, really jazzes me. So I want to close today with this. And I have my book, Fire Dancer. But I think that this poem is really, really applicable to this work that we're doing, because it is about lighting up what's inside of you. So as we close out today, I just want you to close your eyes for a moment, and I'm going to read you the Fire Dancer poem. And I want you to feel into this. Fire Dancer lives within, the very essence of you. Embody her presence and she will set you free. Dance her into motion and let the spiral of her beauty energetically flow forth. An abundant painting of possibilities. Feel the swirling, flowing motion. See her colorful strands of love, magic, and vitality intermingle with the wonders of our natural world. She is you, as woman, full of life, living, alive, on fire. That's what I want you guys to put out into the world. And this is the platform for you to build your voice, to get it out, swirling, dancing, moving, getting that energy going from you out to the world. And that's what this stands for. So with that, why don't you unmute your lines and let me know if you have any questions or comments. You're not unmuted. Let me unmute you, Elizabeth. There you go.
Oops.
There you go.
Now where am I too? Am I like on this screen? Scary. Anyway, I just wanted to start by saying thank you. And, you know, it's been, I don't know, Cami, is it 3 years, 4 years ago that you served as my coach and my guide. And it's great to be back. You know,
great to
so I'm
have
really
you
excited.
back.
So thank you very much.
Okay, good. It is great to see you, Elizabeth.
Thanks.
Yeah. How about you, Sarah? Anything you want to say?
No, I'm just really excited about this process, and I think, I just think it'll be really good, and I appreciate you doing this and putting all of this together, and I think it'll be a really exciting opportunity for me to engage in as well.
I'm really excited about your voice going out into the world, by the way. So you have good things to share with the world. And as you guys are going to get to know each other and what each other, you know, is working on, it's going to be fun to see that. So thank you. And how about you, Dana?
This is just more of the goodness that I'm getting from you right now at exactly when I need it. So thank you. And thank you guys for also letting me be a part of this. I'm looking forward to getting to know everybody.
Oh, good. Good. Well, you'll be seeing stuff flowing from me on a daily basis, and we'll be seeing you all soon. Talk to you later. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Cami. Bye-bye.
Bye.